What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your big homie, Big Bad A, man. It's the Real Talk, Real Shit podcast. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. Appreciate it. I know I've been slacked on the videos a little bit lately, but there's a reason for that. I'm on a new journey, and I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying my day to day. Um, I'm really just trying to get all the time in with my family as I can possible, man, because we don't know what tomorrow brings. I'm trying to enjoy every moment of my life right now while life is enjoyable, because we don't know what tomorrow brings, and I'm thinking life will bring things positive. I'm pretty sure we got more good days coming. I'm pretty sure of that, but at the same time, you never know what's gonna happen. You don't know if you can step outside and get hit by a car today. So you have to appreciate this life. You know what I mean? And with that being said, I wanted to I gotta tap in with y'all about this dream I had or vision I had, because I'm gonna say something about life. As humans, we dismiss the abilities that we have, our regular day-to-day abilities. Yeah. Like I was saying, we as humans, or whatever they call a human, quote unquote a human, we block we dismiss our abilities that we have. We got all kind of supernatural abilities. We can regenerate. When you get cut, you get a scab and you heal over. Huh. There you go. You get cut, you get a scab and you heal over. That's regeneration. We have the ability to heal. Our bodies can heal themselves. That's regeneration. That is regeneration. That is a unbelievable um, bodily power, humanly power that we have. It's unbelievable if you sit back and think about how your body can heal itself from all ailments, most ailments that it gets. And then when the takes too many ailments on or has too many things wrong with it, it can pass over and pass on to the next phase of life. I mean, and even in death, the body keeps giving. Even in death, the body is going to provide nutrients and food and a house for some other organism or bug or creature. So it never stops, man. This life is a beautiful, wonderful, magnificent existence. There's too many of y'all just living it, waking up day to day and bullshitting your life away and not even questioning your existence. Not even understanding that you are a powerful supernatural being. Majority of us are supernatural beings. Now you do have those people out here who are born of evil, or call it born of sin, or however you want to say it, or shitty, crappy, bad hand, shitty parents, born conceived the wrong way. It's so many things you could say, that could lead somebody to be fucked up into this world, brought into this world the wrong way. Drug parent addicted to drugs. The child may have dysfunctions and disabilities or dismemberment. There's so many things that you could do to fuck up your future generations. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing that you don't realize is humans have the ability, and we control everything about life. We just don't know how to tap in, and we don't understand our powers. We don't know who the fuck we are. We just live into some shitty ass time loop that was created for us and crafted to keep us in hell. Now, let me get into what I was talking about. I just kind of had to explain to y'all who might not know what a human is. We are supernatural, superhuman beings. We are, some of us are extraterrestrial. Some of us are crafted from genetics other than this earth, and there's no way to really prove that nowadays, because everybody's debunked everything. Everything's being controlled, and everything's under control. Your perception's under control. The way you perceive things, the way you react to things under control. Everything's under control if you're in the box of life. You know what I'm saying? So let me get to this. Now, last night I had a vision, aka a dream. I call dreams visions because in what realm, what type, who are you to go to sleep and your mind will play out a future, past, or present idea, thought process via a dream, aka like a movie in your brain that you could visually, physically be, metaphysically be while you're laying sleep in a bodily standstill standpoint. So if that ain't mind blowing to you, that you could lay somewhere in stasis in one place and meditate, or however you want to call it, sleep is what they call it, but it's like a meditation state, a trance-like state that you get stuck into, and then you go off into a visual place that you've never been before, or like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. There you go. So last night I was asleep, right, and I was having a vision, a dream about, I was at these apartments. Now I always dream these apartments now, and these specific apartments, I always dream them. It's really weird that I'm always at this specific set of apartments, and now y'all, I think that's like a focal point for my spirit to go to, or somewhere that I haven't lived yet. I don't know. You know, dreams are weird. But long story short, I'm always at these apartments. It's like a 2-story apartment complex. It goes long, flat, 2-story apartments, top and the bottom. And I usually live at the top. Now I did live at a condo one time on the 3rd floor, and in Charlotte. I used to live on a condo, so that might be that. I don't know, but it's different. It looks different in my dream, but I'm always there, having dreams about this place all the time. You know, so, and I need a little bit of time from y'all with this one, man, because I'm really tapping into my dream, my thoughts. What I had to really just let it out is how I remember it and break it down on the way. So I was there at the apartments, and somebody, I ain't gonna say who, but somebody tried me. This how it kind of started. Somebody kind of was messing with us. I was in there with I think I was with my family is what it felt like, but I kind of didn't see them. But I know I was pretty much felt like I was with my family, my children. I don't know. It was what it felt like. So, because my kids weren't in the dream, but it's like you could feel them in the presence. But you know, I don't know. They weren't in the dream though. So long story short, somebody had tried me, and this person always tries me in my dreams. He's like a stalker. He's like a spiritual stalker, and he tried me, and we whooped his ass. Me, my wife, and somebody else who was with. We whooped his ass. You know what I'm saying? And long story short, that was the end of that part, and it kind of went like phased into like okay, it was like it got dirty, or like something had happened, everything was dirty, and then me and my wife was in the living room, we was sorting through the clothes. So I put all these clothes on the floor, and we were sorting through the clothes, and we heard boom, 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 boom on the door. So somebody banged on the door, and I'm going out there to see what's going on, because I'm in a position of life as a man to where the man got to always jump head first to go see what the problem is. If I hear a animal creeping in under the floors or whatever, I hear a bug or whatever, I got to jump to go get it. As a man, you got to jump in and defend. You know what I'm saying? Jump in and protect. That's a man's job. You know what I'm saying? So I went to go see what was at the door, and it was some big, tall ass white police guys, right? They had the police vest, but he didn't have no mask on. It was like 4 of them, and it was a lady. They didn't have no mask on, but as soon as I opened the door, he put a white stocking cap over his head. It was not a mask. It was like more like a stocking cap. You could see his eyes, and you could see his mouth and his nose, but it was like a white stocking cap. He put it over his head, and it said police on the front. So he said he didn't even get to the house yet, but I let him on the porch, and I opened the door or whatever. I didn't let him in, but I opened the door so he could see. I said, "What's the problem?" He's like, "Oh, we got to call for a cleanliness issue." We got to call for a cleanliness issue. And I was bugging. I'm like, cleanliness? What the hell are you talking about? So, long story short, they was like, all the clothes and stuff was on the floor in the house, and you couldn't be like that. Like, it's too much clutter. They was like, you can't have stuff everywhere. So I was like, you know, I kind of I didn't understand that. You know, hold on, I'm doing the video. So I didn't understand the him telling us we couldn't have clutter in the house or whatever. So it was weird, you know. But I told him, I was like, hey man, this whole complex is fucked up. I said the pipes is busted. Whoop whoop whoop. I started showing them all the thing that was wrong, and I took them upstairs to the laundry room, and I was like, look, bro, it's trash everywhere. It's trash everywhere. And he pulled out all these bags of trash, and he was like, yeah, you're right. It's trash everywhere. You're not. He was like, yours wasn't even trashy. You just had clutter. He kept saying clutter. I was like, you know, damn, it's illegal to have clutter. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, I woke up in real life. In this real life, I woke up and I brushed my teeth, and I took a piss. And then after I took a piss, I sat back down on the bed, and it was like 7:50 in the morning. I didn't want to get up. I was about to just, I didn't want to go back to sleep. I was about to just get up. So I sat there. I looked, everybody asleep. I'm like, damn. I got up, walked around the house. My daughter was asleep. Everybody asleep. I was like, damn. So let me just lay back down. You know what I'm saying? I tapped my little cigar a few times, and I laid down, right? Now, when I went back to sleep, I was at I seen a brick building, and the same police officers that was in the them cleanliness officers was the same officers, but they were behind me. They wasn't touching us or nothing like that, but they were standing behind us, and it was almost like going to the brick house. So I think we had got locked up for cleanliness issues or whatever the issues was, and we was told to go into the brick house. So I didn't want to go into the brick house, but we didn't have no choice. So we went in, and we went on straight to the top. I don't know how we got to the top, but we was straight to the top, not on the roof, but like on the top floor, and you could look out the window, and it was like way down. You could see the parking lot where we were just standing way down below, and it was these cars. It was like strings with these cars, like a toy, the size of like a Hot Wheel type of box car, what you'll call like an old 90s box car. You'll make it with some 4 wheels on it and go outside and play. They had box cars on the rope, and it was just spinning in circles with kids in them down below. You could see that down below. It was 3 of them, and they were all spinning in circles. And it was like a kid in one of the box cars, and the other ones were just spinning like somebody was pushing it. You know what I'm saying? And that was like the courtyard of this building. It was like the courtyard is what it looked like. So I'm like, damn, I got to go outside. That's what my mind told me. I was like, I got to get out of here. Like, I'm going outside. So I'm in the top floor, and then mind you, the building is dark and reddish on the inside. Not blood red, but like a maroon dark red, like the color of blood red. But it's not bright. It's more of it's a light. You can see everybody, but it's like dark red, black. It's weird. You know what I'm saying? That's the color tone. But everybody still, it was a bunch of people in there. Now check this shit out. I'm walking through the house, through the hallways, and I'm looking into the rooms. And it's a drug room over here. It was a room where there was a bunch of people like doing drugs. You couldn't necessarily see what drug they was doing, but everybody was just like leaned over, and everybody was like huddled over with their backs turned doing something. So it was like a drug room. And I kept walking, and then I seen a sex room, and then I went into the sex room, but I just was like, you know, just looking. I ain't do nothing really. I was just looking. I was kind of interested in the sex room, you know what I'm saying? But I left out of there. And after I left out of there, I noticed some stairs. So I started to go down stairwells. But as you go down the stairs, there was like extension cords, like a cord, like a power extension cord. They were like from one side of the wall to the other, almost like a barrier. It was like a barrier, but I could step right over it. But everybody else was like in those barriers. This is what I'm saying. Like when I got to the stairs, it was nobody else behind me. It was all kind of people around me when I was in the hallways, in the rooms. But when I got to the stairs, it was nobody else behind me. So what I did, I jumped over. You know how you got the rail banisters that you hold for your balance on when you go downstairs. I grabbed both sides and I jumped over. Boom! I jumped over the cord and I went down to the next level. The next level, it was a bunch of. It was like the streets almost, because it was like a bunch of people talking to each other, and everybody was like getting stuff from each other, and it was like a market. That's what I would equate it to, like a market. But it was like some raw shit. Like everybody was fast talking and taking shit from each other. There was the feeling of it. Like you could just feel niggas was getting swindled. So I found a big bag of green, right? I found a big bag of weed, more like it was like a Ziploc bag, a big Ziploc bag, the ones with the pull zip tie, the blue. It was a blue pull zip tie at the top with the white strip where you would write what was in there. It was that kind of bag, and it was a bunch of green, and I was like happy. It was crazy because I was happy. I didn't smoke it or nothing, but I was walking around with it, and I put it in my pocket. I crumpled it up and put it in my pocket, and some dude came up to me. And he grabbed my bag out my pocket like he robbed me. He took the bag out of my pocket, and he took a bag and he started pouring some of my green into another bag. And basically was robbing me. You know what I'm saying? And when he did that, he took some green out the other bag that he poured it into with his hands. He grabbed a handful of it and then gave me that bag back, gave me both bags back. So, like, he just stole enough for his hands, but then he gave me the extra bag that he poured my other shit into, he gave me it back. So, I had 2 bags now. Mind you, I didn't know this dude, and in my dream, I felt him robbing me. That's what he was doing. He was robbing me. You know what I mean? But I just went along with it because it was the way of that level. Like, everybody was robbing people, but it wasn't like, give me this, give me that. But it was like, you could just see people taking shit from each other. So long story short, I was going from rooms. I went into a room and the dude was like, I want a half an eighth. And I was like, half an eighth. And then I realized, I was like, damn, I got the other bag, the little bag where Buddy had just stole my shit and gave it back to me. I looked at it, was all scribbled all around the bag. I shook it down to the bottom, and it was about exactly what Buddy wanted. You know what I'm saying? About the right amount. So I went to him, over to the dude, and I showed him the bag, and he was like, yeah, I'll take that. Let me have that. And then he threw me a little yellow bag. It was like white yellow. I don't even know what was in it. It could have been any kind of drug or whatever. Anybody threw it at me. And he was like, yeah, I'll take that. And I was like, I grabbed it, I looked at it, and I threw it back at him. I was like, nah, I'm good. And then he looked at me crazy, and he did like this to his homeboy. Because he was a little dude. You know what I'm saying? He was a little dude, but he was real. You know what I'm saying? It's for real talk. So when he told his homeboy to, I jumped over the extension cord. Boom. Because they were boxed into. Now, mind you, everybody's boxed into these extension cords. Everybody is in their section. Everybody's in these rooms, but it'll be a lot of people in the room, but everybody be cornered off in a section with extension cord. So I jumped over the extension cord. He was stuck right there. At that point, I looked over to the right, and I looked over to the left, and I was asking everybody, I was like, yo, everybody was just like chilling. They were just stuck, just chilling. So I will start walking towards this room, the exit door. I started walking to the door, and it was the hallway right there. Now, when I looked down the hallway, it was some stairs going down, and it was just a bunch of people sitting in a line. Some people were standing up, but most of them were sitting in a line, just sitting, and they were all slumped over. I tapped one of them. I said, "Hey, man, where y'all going?" they was like, "Oh, we waiting to record in it's a studio in 15B." I was like, bro, it looked like they been waiting forever. Like, it looked like them niggas been waiting for years. Like, that's how, bro, I'm talking about. Niggas was leaned up against the wall. Someone was sitting down, just head down. Someone was standing up, looking around. Like, I'm talking about, it looked like they been waiting forever to record. So I was like, I don't want to record. I said, hell no. So you know what I did? I went past them on the steps, and there was another extension cord at the base of it, you know, right at the bottom of the steps. I jumped over that. Boom. But at this point, I left something out, though, because at this point, when I was in the room, it was some people I know in real life, and I'm not going to say who they are, but some of my friends and some coworkers that I used to work with, and actually my mother was there too. I'm going to be real. My mother was there. Some of my brothers was there, and I was like, yo, I started tapping people like, yo, we need to get out of here. This before I went to studio, the hallway, and everybody was like waiting on the studio. I was like, we need to get out of here, yo. Like tapping people like, yo, let's get out of here. People was like, enjoying it almost. It was like they was enjoying it. They was looking at me like, what's wrong? Like, we're good. What's wrong? Like, they didn't say that, but that's how I was they was looking at me like, what? Like, what? Well, what? Why? Why we need to go somewhere? So I was in that mug. That's when I started hitting the stairs. That's when the Studio B thing, 15B studio shit, and I jumped past them niggas. I was like literally jumping off the banister past them, jumping over. So I get down, I jump over the extension cord, and I get to this other room. And it's a cell phone. This next level is a cell phone level. All my life, on God, I swear to God, this is the dream. Everybody had a cell phone on, right? Most of their cell phone screens were black. But they was just scrolling nothing. Look, they had cell phones and was scrolling nothing. Black. And was just staring at it like, scrolling. I was like, I started tapping the young brothers because most of them were young. These were younger people. I started tapping the young brothers. I was like, hey, man, what you looking at? What are you watching? He didn't say nothing to me. We're just scrolling. I said, hey, man, you need to go type in Big Bad A on YouTube. I said, type in Big Bad A on YouTube, man. He tried. He couldn't, like, put it like this. He hit the button to change the screen, and he couldn't, it wouldn't let him go, right? So then I went to another dude. I said, hey, man, you need to go on Big Bad A on YouTube, man. You know, and then maybe this is just my spirit just wanting me to promote this channel or whatever, but I don't care why. But I was telling the young brothers go on Big Bad A. So when I went to the other dude, the dude was like, it won't let me do it. It won't let me do it. I can't do it. So I gave up on the cell phone people. And I left. I jumped over the other extension cord. It was like 2 extension cords on there. They had 2 extension cords, like double. So it was so easy to jump over, but it was two for the cell phone level. And I jumped over it, and I go down the stairs. You keep going down the stairs. But okay, now at this point I can see the bottom of the stairs. It's the group of big black men, right? Big motherfuckers, like straight hooligan, gangster, thugnificent. You know what I'm saying? They're at the bottom, standing there. It was one dude who had a belt wrapped around his hand like in a roll with a little piece hanging. He was smacking people with it and punching them. Pop! Smack, 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 smack. Pop! Smack, 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 smack. Pop! Like, he was fucking people up. Like, and put it like this. You can go outside, but you got to go through these people. You got to get beat up and smacked up. It's like a whooping. They was whooping people and punching, but it was more like whooping. So I had my group with me at this point. I had like about 12 people with me, or 8 or 12. I had a little group of people with me who was leaving with me. You know what I'm saying? And some of them I know in real life. But They were leaving with me, and when we got, I jumped over the extension cord, and I didn't get whooped because I jumped over everybody. It was like that level. I jumped over to the next, boom, to the next stairwell down to the exit door, and I got out. And when I got out, it was daytime. It was bright outside, and the kids was playing on that spinning car thing out in the courtyard. It was like it was straight out there. But I turned around and nobody was with me. Everybody was scared to go over the extension cord. So you know what my dumb ass did? I went back into the building. And when I went back into the building, the dudes with the whooping things, they weren't trying to whoop me because I got past them, but they were looking at me like they were going to whoop me. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you got past us. But they were still like they was going to whoop me, but they didn't. And I just woke up at that point. Because I was like, damn, I don't want to go back through this. I got out. And I was trying to go back to save my family and the people that I seen. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, that was my dream, though. Real talk, man. That was one of the craziest, coolest dreams I've ever had. And I believe it was hell. That's what it almost felt like, what I equated to, but it was a building. You know what I'm saying? A dark building, brick building, red brick building. You know, so it's your big homie, Big Betty, man. I just had to share that with y'all, man. Anybody got to the bottom, to the last minutes of it, 26 minutes, thank y'all so much. But I ain't told you no fantasy. That was what I dreamed this morning. And we need to start tapping into our dreams more and paying attention, because it is something in the message, you know. It's a message in the bottle. But I love y'all. Thank you. God bless you. It's your big homie, Big Betty.